Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here in the boiler room. So sorry for getting on a little late today. Had some things to do inside my private group. What's going on, Mr. Corna, Mani, Rick J? Good morning, guys. So how ugly? Tell me. How ugly was yesterday? Yesterday was probably the ugliest trading day I've seen in the market in a long time. I mean, it was just like chopsticks. It's like if you took a bunch of chopsticks and laid them back to back to back, that's what it looked like. Not to mention, nobody even knows how to use freaking chopsticks, let alone how the hell you're gonna trade a chopstick. I don't know. But seriously, that's what it looked like. It looked like a bunch of chopsticks. It was disgusting. So disgusting. So yesterday was a little rough. I was like up, down, up, down. I was up. I think the most I was up in the morning at one point was about maybe 600 at most. And then I don't even know what I did. I hit two trades and just got slammed back to back. And I put myself down 1,000 on the day. And I took a break, did some work, came back, and then ended up finishing my day only down $2. So not bad, not bad. So I was happy to recover a $1,000 loss yesterday. So that worked out pretty well for me. So yesterday the market was ugly. A lot of people made some money on BLNK. So I didn't expect BLNK to do what it did. So theoretically, let me start sharing my screen, guys. Let me share the screen here. All right, so let me share this one. So we'll start. I'm going to talk about BLNK for a second, right? So BLNK. So theoretically, BLNK should have dropped yesterday. It wasn't supposed to go back up, right? It wasn't supposed to keep running yesterday. And that's why it's seeing it start to dump today, because all this was right in the morning was a short squeeze. So theoretically, all the long bias traders got really lucky. They should have all lost really big yesterday. So if you guys made money, or if you bought right out of the gate, or if you bought, anywhere in these red candles, you got very lucky yesterday, because BLNK, in fact, short squeeze and made a green to red or red to green move, which is a powerful move. And that's why it went from 4 something all the way to 6 in like 5 candles. So anyways, BLNK got the long bias traders in here got super lucky because it short squeezed really hard. But at the end of the day, you still made money. And then it also short squeezed a couple times at the end of the day. Just ridiculous. Anyways, so BLNK is most likely going to be done today. I'm almost positive the shorts are going to take over and they're going to just hammer this thing back down. So if you're going to trade it, you should most likely be short bias today. So yes, if you're looking at BLNK, you should be short bias on today. The next one is I'm going to talk about is AMDA. AMDA, this one's probably already going to be garbage for today. Anyways, so it went from $1 and it ran all the way up to $4.50. And now it's starting to fade out. And just based off the pre-market action, this is probably going to drop out of the gates, or it's probably not going to be that great. If I were to trade it, I would only trade it if it were to reach probably, maybe this area right here, the 350 area. Might be able to get in on a bounce play, right? If this goes down pre-market, let me do something here 1 second. Right, so AMDA will most likely not be the best play if it keeps on this track, but the only way I can see AMDA being good is if it does this, bounce. All right, it would have to do that. It would have to bounce and then break out of this trend line right there. All right, this trend line right here. If it doesn't break out of this trend line, it's just going to go slam, right? Secondly, what you have to look at is the daily chart on AMDA, right? So if we go to the daily chart, the daily chart's going to tell us this thing's coming down. And how do I know that? Well, because because of this. 1, 2. So right there, what do you think's going to happen? Right, based off of what you're seeing right there, right? What do you think's going to happen? It's probably going to come down, okay? If you look back in time, every time it pops up, it gets hammered down. And what it does is it comes up to the 200 moving average, which is the purple line, right? And then it goes right back down. So chances are we're most likely no screen. Okay. So yeah, most likely going to start seeing this come down. Yep. So that's what I foresee happening with AMDA. So that's why you gotta be careful. And that's why you always got to look back at like your time frames and your daily charts to see what's happened in the past. And most likely what's going to happen is AMDA will come crashing down. So do be mindful of that. So if you're thinking about trading it, I would already be short bias on this stock today. All right. Walmart. I haven't looked at Walmart today. This is actually my first time looking at it. Walmart to pay $16 billion for 77% of Indian online retailer Flipkart. Okay, Walmart see if Flipkart won't divert focus from U.S. market talk. There's a lot of news. You'd have to read through the news. There's something hidden in here that I'm not seeing. I don't know why Walmart's going down. Theoretically, this is good news unless investors see this as a bad move on Walmart's part and having to pay out, I think, 16 billion. Is that what they're doing? Walmart, yeah, unless they see having to pay out $16 billion is not good. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, exactly, right? That's exactly it. Having to pay out 16 billion, you're going to knock down exactly 20, 30 cents. Yep, that makes sense. So that's it, right? So either way, I think Walmart, based on that, is going to be in play today. Oh, yeah. It's been hanging out at 84. What's the price at now? 81. That's 81. So Walmart's hanging out right on this old previous pivot point, right? This right here. That's where it's kind of hovering, right in this $81 area. So that's the support level. And it's actually a pretty strong support level. So you might be able to watch Walmart for a little bit of a bounce today. If it breaks down below 81, you could watch it for a continuation to the downside. Okay. So my main plays to watch, my first main play to watch was AMDA, but AMDA looks like garbage now. Another one is DCIX. DCIX is flying through the roof based off of an earnings report. Basically, last year, this time, they reported a $7.5 million loss, I think. And then this year, they reported a $3.9 million loss, something like that. So they're just losing less money than they were last year at this time. So that's why DCIX is kind of heading up. That's the catalyst that's driving it up this morning. Oh, shit. So I would say pay attention to DCIX. If you're a beginner trader, this is absolutely not the stock for you to watch. If this is your first week trading, you shouldn't trade this. If this is your fourth month trading, you probably shouldn't trade this. If you've been trading for a year plus, then I would say, sure, maybe take a stab at trading it. But if not, you should stay away from it. That's not to make it so you don't make money. It's not to bash you. It's not to make you feel not confident. It's just in reality, this is most likely going to be way too challenging of a stock for you to trade. If this thing starts trading on high volume and it starts moving, you'll probably blow up your account in a matter of seconds. So that's why I'd recommend you to not trade this stock. Okay. I don't really know too much about what's going on with Comcast, Sprint, and T-Mobile. I know a lot of people are I know T-Mobile and Sprint have a deal going on. I don't know how. I didn't know Comcast was in the mix, so that I'm not too sure of, to be completely honest. So we'll watch DCIX. They have something about earnings, and this thing has ran from $2 to $35. So we'll see. Maybe it has another run. TRXC is, that looks like, don't trade that. That's not going to be good. Most likely not. Sorry. CDLX. So CDLX trades on very light volume. Looks like it was a recent IPO as well. So CLDX trades on light volume. So this isn't a stock I would day trade, but it's more a stock of swing trading. Right now, it's too overvalued to start buying in long. It's right at resistance from its IPO pricing on its third day, which is at 19. Right, so I think it's too high to buy. You should actually probably be thinking maybe short bias or just holding off for right now, because it's going through a big move, which it could very easily start start coming right back down. You know, it could go up and then start pulling back. So you'd want to hold off on that for right now. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to put on this little list here of a few other stocks that you guys may want to watch. So there's a stock, DF. It had earnings yesterday. Not that it trades on all the greatest volume, but it does trade. So DF had some pretty good earnings. It's starting to pop off. So you could watch DF for maybe a continuation today over 982. That's a possibility. Okay. The next one on the list is MFSC. No, MNSC. Monster Energy Drinks. They just had earnings today. You might want to watch this one. Some may find this good to trade. Others may not. Last time they had earnings, they gapped down really big. They had earnings today. They gapped down pretty big. So you guys might want to watch Monster for a move here. Maybe a continuation to the downside. The price is at about 49. Right, and if you look at the daily chart, $49 is probably something significant. Let's see. Yeah, right in this area. So it gapped down, and now it's kind of holding right below that previous support level. Right in that area. Okay. Next on the list is TripAdvisor, TRIP. So TripAdvisor, huge gap up from 38 to 46, and now it's just trading in between this channel from 47 to 45.40. So this might be a good one to watch. It's up really big. I would say watch for a morning pop, just because this thing hasn't come down really, and it's just trading sideways, right? When stocks go up and then they trade sideways like this, they do run a good chance of popping out of the gate. So you could watch TripAdvisor for a long bias trade. NCMI. NCMI is another stock that trades on relatively light volume. It recently had some pretty good earnings from 2 days ago. So gap up, run again. So you might want to watch this for even further continuation to the upside today. Something to note is that it's coming very close to its 200 moving average. So it's probably going to stop right there, as you see here. All right, then back up to the 200 moving average like that. So maybe want to watch NCMI for a possible short position. All right, now before we take off, because we only have a few more minutes left, let's look at the market. So the market did gap up overnight. So the market has gapped up, and honestly, I'm thinking we're going to be going long on the market today. It's hard to tell, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'd rather see the market come down, but it still runs a good chance that it's going to go up here today. All right, so do keep in mind we had a really choppy day yesterday. After choppy days, we usually have some type of resolution. So I do think that we could expect to be going long in the market today. So just keep a close eye on that one today, the market. And then, of course, I always keep an eye on Boeing, Baba, Tesla, Facebook, Amazon, sometimes, MU, Caterpillar, things like that. All right, guys. So I like to keep, actually, let me get out of here. So I got to run. I got to get back to my private group. But for that being said, watch DCIX. That might work out. It might not. It's a pretty sketchy stock. I traded it back in the day, made some money on it. But do be careful. It's a pretty sketchy stock. Secondly, I watch all the big cap stocks like Facebook, Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, Chipotle, all those big tech stocks, Tesla, Micron, things like that. I always watch those. So those are kind of my go-to plays. And then on days like this where you have TripAdvisor, Walmart, you know, where you're having earnings, things like that, that's where we mix it up, right? I always have the main, and then you got, you know, you got some other plays, right? It's kind of like, you know, your main girlfriend, and then you got another chick on the side. I'm just kidding. Not really. So don't do that. Don't do that. But seriously, you have to have some main plays, and then you always have to have something on the side, right? You have your main dish of food, and then maybe you toss in the cheesecake for dessert, or you toss in the mashed potatoes with the gravy. Who knows? Whatever you're into, that's what you do. So you should always keep some main plays for yourself that you're comfortable with, that you know how they move. And then every once in a while in the morning, you might get a stock like BLNK. You might get something like DCIX, right? You might get something like, I don't know anymore. Who knows, right? But you might get something like that, right? You might, whatever you're into, right? If you like penny stocks, right? If you like some large cap stocks that are gapping down, or big cap stock that's gapping up, whatever you're into, you should always have your main plays that you keep track of. And then you should have those ones you throw in on the side, right? And those are kind of like your speculative plays where they may or they may not work out, kind of thing, right? So with that being said, I'm going to get ready to go here. Got to get back to my private group once again. Some of you guys may not know if you're new or whatnot, but it's either like the third link below. You can sign up, or not sign up. You can join our free chat room. So even when you get done here, you can still go into our chat room and join the free version and hang out with some other trading members and some of our premium members and just hang out while the market's open. And then you can also join our Facebook group where we also do like a little watch list, and it's just more ways to stay informed and be in a bigger community of traders. Essentially, that's all that it is. So other than that, guys. Oh, exactly. That's exactly what you should be doing. So I will see you guys all tomorrow morning, right? Tomorrow morning. Yep. I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. All right. Take care, and I'll have another watch list for you.